Hi everybody, it's June Angel Pews. Oh gosh, it's been a long time, hasn't it? You know me, lots going on. Still not very well, I'm afraid. But you know, I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I promised I'd come back with I did remember. That's one of my biggest problems. I know I waffle on about my memory, but oh dear, it really is bad. Anyway, I just thought I'd open up sharing with you this picture that is always on view in my my lounge, but I've had to move it today because I'm packing up again and sorting out. So I just thought, oh, I'm going to share it with the girls. So this, I mean, I don't know whether I dare move it because of the glare, or shall I just leave it there? So that's me. It's a few months old. That's my darling mum, my sister, and my gran. My gran's the one that taught me crocheting and knitting and sewing, embroidery. She did lots of things. Mum did in her, you know, it's sort of at this time, she made all our clothes. She made the coronation dresses that we wore, white dresses with red, white and blue sashes and ribbons in our hair. She made all our Christmas decorations. I remember her using the treadle sewing machine, and she had crepe paper cut in, what would it be, 9-inch wide, and there was yards of it, and she gathered it up in the middle with the sewing machine stitches, and then there was foil running to cover the stitches, if you like, and there was yards of it, as I say. I can remember doing it so well. And in those days you had the decorations up on the ceiling, sort of from the lights in those days. I mean, this one I'm looking at now, I've got two, one at one end of the room, one at the other end. In those days you just had one light in the middle of the room, and you put your decorations from there into the corner of each room, and she twisted them and then put lametta, we used to call it then, sort of strings of foil, but the very soft foil that, or silver paper, sort of flickered in the light. It was beautiful. And in our house, Father Christmas, Santa Claus, didn't come until Christmas morning when we woke up. He'd been in the night. So much so we had no Christmas tree at all. I might have told you this story, can't just remember. And we used to be quite upset, my sister and I. We used to say, why is it other people have got their Christmas trees up, and why haven't we got Christmas tree? Why haven't we got decorations? But as Mum and Dad used to say, no, Father Christmas does that on Christmas Eve when you're fast asleep. And indeed that's what happened as far as we were concerned. We would go to bed on Christmas Eve. The house was completely bare. There was not a piece of fruit, because we didn't in those days. You certainly didn't have a bowl of fruit, that's for sure. And there was just nothing there. And then in the morning we would wake up after imagining Father Christmas, Santa Claus had been, and we would call out to Mum and Dad, you know, can we get up? And bless them, they had been up all night. We would wake them perhaps at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and they may not have gone to bed until 5 in the morning because they had been up all night long. The place was like Santa's grotto. There was lights on the ceiling itself, little like the Chinese lanterns, and Father used to put electric lights up there, and these decorations that Mum made. The presents would be, my sister and I used to have a chair each, and the presents would be on there, and the stocking, we love stockings. Mum did us a stocking for donkey's years, well after we were, you know, old enough to say no more. So that's just a little insight into my childhood Christmas. It went on for quite a few years, and my sister and I carried it on with our children. I'm not quite sure when it stopped, but it was under pressure, whereas my mum and dad wouldn't take that pressure with it. We had to put up with it. We succumbed to the pressure and started to put the decorations up early. I guess it was when they thought they knew that there was no Father Christmas, but of course we know that they were wrong. Okay, so what I thought I'd do today, I've been watching lots of videos, by the way. You know, I've been in bed, on the bed, most days. I sleep an awful lot, because when I get up and walk around or do anything, I tend to faint and fall over until they've got me sorted out. That's so I'm having to be very careful. So I'm spending a lot of time in bed. When I'm awake, I've been watching lots of videos. I've commented on quite a few, but there's a lot I haven't commented on, and I'm so sorry. But honestly, I've been watching and really enjoying what you've been up to. And one of the things I particularly enjoyed was the snowman mitten that Jean did. Jean Rag. Hi Jean. I just thought it was so lovely. I'm not really into Christmas crafts, to be honest. Not now anyway. But that rang some bells. I think it's because it was a snowman. It was lovely. And I was very interested to hear Jean say how she used to make that sort of thing from kits that she got from Drusilla. I've got, make sure I've said it right. Yeah, Drusilla. It's an American firm, isn't it? And she showed us the tree skirt, do you remember? And it just brought back memories, really, of the sort of things I used to do. And I messaged her, you know, and told her. And what intrigued me as well, that I mentioned to her, when she did her, you know, her skirt, etc., I think she said to you, didn't she, that every single thing was stitched. And that's how it was, you know. I think if you'd have mentioned glue to Jean or I, back in those days, we'd have just thought you were, you know, off your off your head. But of course we have gone with the trend, and we're using glue now, aren't we? I am now following in Jean's footsteps. I have used a lot of hot glue in the past. I won't say what it was and whose it was, but I came across a piece of work the other day in the, you know, that I found while I was sorting out And I was horrified to see, or to feel, sorry, that this exquisite piece of work was, it was solid. It was sort of crochet, I suppose, doilies, I'm not sure, lace, but it was absolutely solid glue. You know, it was hard to the touch. It creaked and crackled as I touched the lace, the doilies, whatever it was. I remember saying to Trisha, you know, Trisha, our little shabby chic, my little sis. Hi Trisha, if ever you get to watch this, my darling. I remember saying to her, you know, I'm not sure about all this glue. I just wonder what future generations are going to say about us, you know, how we look at the Victorian crafts and the Edwardian crafts, and, you know, that's how it goes on, and admire, really. I just wonder what they're going to say about us with all this glue. But that was just something I used to say to Trisha. But that's me going slightly off the subject. But yeah, I've picked up on when Jean, well, I first found Jean, put it that way, and she was showing which glue she used. I have used a fabric flexible dries clear glue in the past, but it's not as good, or it wasn't as good as the one that Jean, and you know, I can't remember the name now. You'll all know what I'm talking about. We all use it now, don't we? And what I like about it, Jean gave us a fantastic tip, which I followed religiously, and that is to use pure acetone. It is pure acetone, isn't it? Forgive me if I've got it wrong, because as I said to you, my brain ceases to work these days. To thin if it gets thick, you know, to thin it out, the glue. You just pour a little drop of the acetate in, you don't shake it, you do nothing, just leave it on the shelf, wherever, and it just absorbs itself, and you've got beautifully smooth, as runny as you want your glue, and it's lovely. You know, I've used it, I've tested it, and it works. The fabric remains flexible, it bends, it moves, so I would recommend it to anybody, and just use hot glue when you've just absolutely got to. As I say, I don't want to show you this this particular item, but honestly, you'd break your heart if you could see it, because it's just gorgeous. And it's just falling apart, you know. The glue has, because I think it must have been about, from, if I remember rightly, this particular piece, I think it's about 2012, maybe 13. So we're talking about 3/4 years coming up, and it's just had it, to be honest. The glue is clearly, it's set itself into a big hard mass, and now it appears to be disintegrating. So there you go, that's my little bit, my little feel. So anyway, once I'd seen this tree skirt of, where's that gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh that's right, of Jean's, I thought, oh, I want to show you what I made around about the same time, I think, I imagine, when these Bucilla kits were all the go. There's a lady, she used to be on QVC, an American lady, short hair, lovely wide smile, beautiful teeth, and she used to do the window art as well. I can't think of her name. She was the head of Bucilla, I think, and she used to sell these kits, and that's where I got them from. Anyway, let me move my mum and my nan And I'll put that there to help me, but I think I'll be alright. That was just, look, that's just something I made, because I've got all my Christmas decorations out that I made, and a couple that friends made, just to show you. Oops, I was going to literally show you. It's just a curtain ring, look, with just some wool wound round it, red and green, to look like a wreath. That's all that is. And we used to put pictures in them as well. So that's that. So this is one of the things I made. This is the stocking. As Jean said, you know, you used to get all the sequins and the beads, the thread and everything, and you did have a lot. No scrimping and saving in those days. They really did put enough materials to finish your project, more than enough. You know, you could go on to make other things. So that's that. That's it, how it goes through to the top there. And you know, it's quite old now, but it's still as sparkly, it's still good. Of course, you know, as Jean said, and I say the same, all hand stitched. No glue, nothing on that. So that's that. There. These are what I love. These are little Christmas ornaments. It's just the 4, I think. Let me get the packet. Yes. There you go, look. The candy cane, the poinsettia, Christmas tree, and the Christmas wreath. Gold-plated needles included! Exclamation mark. Sequin felt, and you had the, you know, the list of the colours and everything. QVC number 580455. I wonder if it's got any dates anywhere on the paperwork. Perhaps not. Oh, wait a minute, let's have a look. There's a patent here. Suggestions to questions or problems. And I gave you a telephone number. PA. Wonder what state that is. Busilla Corporation, Ridge Road, Hazelton, PA. Not Philadelphia, no. Oh, I don't know, I'm useless at the states. Useless. I printed off a map once when I disgraced myself by not knowing where somewhere was, in front of Diana, my middle sis. Hi Diana! Down the Spare Marbles. Bless her, she's been so busy. She hasn't been online much either. Busy with work and family illnesses. You know, it's been a testing time for a lot of us, hasn't it? No, I can't see a year on there. But that was, as I say, a kit. And, yeah, beautiful. I love it. And I've just given a lot of decorations away to somebody that a man separated, but he's having his children at Christmas. But these I can't let go. They got to stop here, I'm afraid. And then the Christmas tree. Of course, they're padded and stuffed and... Oh, look, that's coming apart. That's not good sewing, is it? Huh? And as I say, but you know, they've had a lot of use. Because I didn't put them on trees or anything, although I'd put hangers on. I just used to scatter them around, I think. And I love the candy cane. Sorry. Look at those. Isn't it lovely? Good quality. So that's those. Cross stitch. loads of cross stitches, you know. I used to do lots of. Little bag with bits of cross stitching. So there's a Christmas rose. This is 2001, I believe. I can't really see it. My eyes. So you can probably see better than me. That was a little picture. I've still got some others somewhere, but I don't know where they are. There's one with 3 Christmas trees and a Christmas angel. And so these are Father Christmas. They're round ornaments that were cross-stitched. It's sort of the vintage Santas. That's that one. So I'm sorry about the glare. If I take them out of the bag, it'll go forever. Another one. And that one. So there's 4 of those. So there's a little picture that I did. This is the Christmas bauble. This is on gold Ada, whatever you call it. With beads here to make the bail, and beads along there. And whereas the black embroidery thread was called black work, this was called red work. And I'll just freeze that out. And like that. It's a little red robin. Quite nice. And the berries. Now this one is not mine. I picked it up from a charity store, if I remember rightly. This is like a little tray cloth. Isn't it lovely? The holly leaves, the berries, the robin. The other corner is the ivy, the holly and the ivy. The holly and the ivy, when we were both doo-doo. Right, and there we go again. Beautiful. That's those. There's a couple of mats here that a shop bought. Poinsettia with the cutouts. I'm sure I have the whole set of these, but I don't know where they are. I thought I was very organised, you know. I'm not. Doing all this sorting has proved that I'm not. Then there was these Christmas ornaments that we made one year. When I say we made, we used to go to the local, what do you call it? The museum. We used to do lots of workshops there. That's all stopped now because of the cutbacks. Oh, sorry, because of the glare. It's very, very shiny and glittery and sparkly. Oh, for those who haven't noticed my nails, this is called Van Gogh Starry Night. And they're foil sort of stick-ons. I don't know whether if they look alright on camera, because I've had them on a few days now. So I did that hand fine, no problem. Couldn't do my right hand. So I decided to go blue. So there you go. So yes, there you go. There's this one of several. It's like the cut-out wooden, like the Fernley wood. And then I can't remember what this was, because we put the flower fairies inside. But I can't remember what it was. You know, I used to use the Pringle tops, you know, the plastic tops, and cut them out and use them. But I don't know where these come from. That's another one. And then there's a pack somewhere. Yes, it's here. Oh, I don't want to take it out of the bag again, because it'll crinkle. And there's angels in this one. Maybe you can see that. Just ever so reasonable, you know, to make. They're just nice. Little candy cane. That's done with beads. Little beads there. And a bit of the knitted lace, I think it's called. got yards of it somewhere. I was going to knit several things with it and never got around to doing it, sorry. That's that. There's a little cardboard fabric covered ornament, like a Japanese lantern, Chinese lantern. Where do I get Japanese from? Sort of hanging up there, oops, with the long tassel. Quite nice. Dead easy to make. Then there was the beaded things that I used to do. Now these took a bit more work. Let me just move those out the way. Oh, we're going to fall down. Did you notice? Oh dear, June. My that's it. My tripod, the one leg wasn't secure and it was gradually going away from me. Let me move these out the way. I know I'm going on a bit, but I don't want to do another video. So this is what we used to do a lot of, buying the little balls and then beading them. You know, just needed a little pattern. Well, I did anyway. I couldn't have done them on my own. Nice beaded tassel. And again, you know, it's something, these are things that I'll keep and pass on to the children for their Christmas tree. That's a nice one, that blue one. Lots of little movable beads. Yeah. And then this one did take a bit of work, I can remember. Definitely. That's that one. So that's oh gosh, I forgot what it's called. It's like Ada cross stitch, but it's a bit stiffer, so it's in the shape again of a lantern. Lots and lots of beading. Hope you can see that. So yeah, it took a bit of time, that one. Yeah. There we go. That's those three. Then we did, at the same museum, we did lots of ladies who did quilting and showed us how to make these ornaments. And it's just basically double-sided square, folded a bit like if you fold napkins into like a water lily shape. You know what I mean? So you can pull that out, you see. And you see that effect. And pull it back in again to make that petal effect. A bit like cathedral windows, they used to call the patchwork. Very effective. I've got some lovely similar coasters. Again, I'm not sure where they are, but same sort of principle. And this one is the same principle, but just in a different way. Don't ask me how, I can't just remember. But we'd have been taught how to do it. But really effective. And they are sort of an heirloom, aren't they? I'll show you quickly. When I was in a group, and I forgot the group's name, we used to swap. I'm hoping I don't have to take this out of the bag. Oh dear, I've forgotten the name of what we called them again. They're quilted squares, basically. And we did all different themes, and obviously this one is Christmas. And you can see that the the starry sky. It's all fabric. The snowman, oops, sorry, and little children poking their heads behind there. I didn't do this. What we did, we swapped. So I would have sent mine off. I've taken photos. I'll have photos somewhere. Gosh, I've got hundreds of photos of what I've done. I will find them out one day. There's a snow and a little metal charm there. Oops, sorry, little metal charm there. And most people, and it may be that it's there now, is that writing? I can't see. I think it might be, because most people put their contact details on the back, but I can't see with this. So that was one of them. But I think it's beautiful, so effective. I think we were going to make a book. I think it was 4x4 or something like that. There's some more here. It's a, sorry, Christmas tree. That's felt on felt. And then this one is from somewhere like Jamaica, I guess. I can't read what's on the sign there. No, I can't read it. The palm tree, look, some sequins and that, snowman. Great. Okay, I've got lots more to show you, but you know, we haven't got time, really. I just thought I'd show you some of the things that we used to do. This was just a little recipe book. It was sort of a round robin, collaborative, whatever you care to call them. We all sent in a recipe on a you know, something we'd made like that, for example. That's the page somebody sent in to the person who was organising the swap, and then they'd send on the other side would be a recipe for Christmas. Yeah, and the girl who organised it bound them. I think that one's mine. Let me see. Yes, it is. Stilton stuffed figs with pomegranate. Oh, I love pomegranates. And I can't get them this week. Not very happy. I can get them, but I like the ones that are prepared. I'm idle now. Yeah, and then that was the back that I prepared. I love that stamp. Beautiful. Peace. Oh, don't we need peace at the moment? Anyway, just thought I'd share that quickly with you. So I'm going now. I'm going to upload this. It'll happen overnight. And then tomorrow, my new lovely friend Gail, Favour 4. I hope I've got that right, Gail. I was watching one of her videos. Sorry. Watching one of her videos the other night. These are just some snowflakes that I've made over the years. Excuse me. And she showed what I believe to be an Irish crochet doily. It was absolutely stunning, and I commented how lovely it was and what I thought it was. And she'd never heard of Irish crochet, so I sent her some links to Irish crochet websites. In the meantime, I've found a lot of patterns out and little booklets on Irish crochet because I'm mad on it. I love it. I've got about 6 to 8 books that I can't find, otherwise I'd have showed you those. But I have got some examples. They're all vintage stroke antique collars and cuffs and all sorts of beautiful things that are typically Irish crochet. They're becoming extremely rare now. It takes a lot of work to make them. They're obviously getting very old now as well. they're going abroad in droves, so we're losing out on a lot of them. So they're becoming very expensive, very hard to find. So I'm just hoping, you know, once people see what they look like and have an idea, they can, if they find them, hang on to them. Because it's history, isn't it? It's Ireland's history. So that's what I'm going to show you next. And I know I often go back on my word and show you something else, but I've got those here and organised, ready to show you. So I'm off, and I shall see you tomorrow, which is Christmas Eve. I can't believe it, you know. I cannot believe. I've done nothing. No decorations. I've sent out 4, maybe 5 Christmas cards that I did very quickly. Where are we? Friday. It must have been Monday or Tuesday, to people that I needed to post that I'm not going to see or telephone or anything else. You know, to Belgium, to relatives, etc. Otherwise I've done nothing. Absolutely nothing. I haven't done much of anything, to be honest, but certainly no Christmas. Okay, I'll leave you to it. I will see you soon. I won't say Happy Christmas, etc. Well, I will. Happy Christmas to everybody. But I will see you tomorrow. I'm determined to do that before sort of everybody drifts off for the holidays. All right then, so take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.